RBK Nation, it's Real Boxing 2, Real Boxing Knowledge 2, coming at you live with the great D. Clagan and RBK, yours truly. We're going to chop it up today. We got Triple G and Murata coming up. We got Benavidez and Kyron Davis coming up tonight. We got Gabe Rosado versus Munguia coming up tonight. We're going to chop all of that up for you today. We even got a little Bernard Hopkins update. And also this afternoon, we got Kid Galahad and Kiko Martinez going off in about 2.5 hours on the Zoom. So we're going to chop all of that up for you today, fellas. Welcome to the show. And here we go. Mr. Clagan.
Yes, sir.
We got Mr. Combination Puncher himself going to show out tonight. David Benavidez versus Kyron Davis. What you got on that one?
I saw Davis against Darrell. It was back and forth. You know, and Darrell, I really think Darrell's in his day, and still now, he can box, man. He can box. He can give it to you. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And I saw Davis bang with him from pillar to post. So him fighting David tonight, it's going to be a tough challenge. David ain't got just a nobody in front of him. That guy is going to punch back.
Okay.
And if David don't have his defense up, which usually he doesn't, he likes to fight with his hands down, and he comes forward, we in for a good night.
Oh, okay. So you see this as a 50-50 fight or what?
Yeah, it can go either way. Oh. It can go either way, but I believe that with David, with my man David, they'll give it to him first.
Right.
So they're not gonna cut him out of a Canelo fight. They'll give it to him before anything. Even if he looks bad, they'll give it to him.
So you think the decision is not gonna go K. Davis's way no matter what he does?
Yeah. Man,
that's so messed up.
That's how we have to talk boxing now. Isn't that crazy? That's how we have to talk about boxing now.
I mean, it's almost as if they're trying to destroy the sport.
Right.
You know, they're trying to reduce it to like a WWE type thing where ain't nothing in there real, just a bunch of bull crap.
Change them judges, man. Carlito, change those judges, man. We talk about it all the time, but nobody does anything to those judges.
We need some legislation, some litigation. We need something to curb that fraud because, you know, that's theft by conversion, if I'm not mistaken, where you use a process of deception to convert a sale, but the fix is in, you know, you're not going to get services, you know, that you intended. So this is a failure to perform. There's a lot of different things here in the sport of boxing, man.
They're destroying boxing, man, doing it the way they're doing it, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good fight. David's going to bring it because he has to, because you know he wants that Canelo fight.
Oh, yeah. And he's Canelo is on is saying that he's got one or two options that he's actually looking at, which is Charlo or Benavidez for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, that's going to either fight will be big for May.
That's huge. That's a huge fight.
Yeah.
Who do you like? Who do you like?
I want to do Charlo. I don't want to see him fight
David Benavidez.
I wouldn't want to see him fight David because we've been asking for the Charlo fight for the longest, Carly.
That's true. I think Charlo deserves that shot. They've been waiting long.
The shot. Yeah, let's see that fight. You know, and like I told you before, I said this many times. Pressure busts pipes, man. The Charlo brothers do not like pressure. If you apply pressure on them, they'll put their back to the rope.
So you think Canelo could back Charlo up, get him on the ropes and snuff him just like he did Caleb Plant?
I want to say that. I seen what he did to Plant. I thought he would never. Caleb tried to keep his back off that rope, but we discussed that too. You know what I mean? But I told you, once you corner him, man, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Because he looked excellent
Yes.
Many rounds. I say 8 rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say 8 rounds. People will get mad at that. I say about 8. He looked excellent. He looked better than Billy Joe Saunders. That's why I take back what I said. I always said that Saunders was a better fighter. He's not.
There you go. Credit due.
Yeah. He's not.
You had
a better boxer than he is. You understand what I'm saying? He's a better boxer than he is.
He is. I thought he was. I was a little surprised that you thought BJS could outbox Caleb Plant.
I thought he could.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. No, he can't. I was wrong.
That's okay. You know what? This is a sport of boxing. Anything can happen in a fight. Yeah. He could have just been on his A game that night. I don't think BJS was on his A. I mean, obviously, you got to straight play, but I'm saying from a pure boxing standpoint, I don't think BJS was on top of his game.
Okay.
The night he won.
Let me ask you something. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
And you watched Caleb Plant, right?
I watched.
All jokes aside, you watched him that whole night fighting Canelo, and he looked good, didn't he?
He did.
Why didn't he just fight other guys? He could have fought 2 or 3 other fights and beat guys and made that same money. You understand what I'm saying? He took a chance fighting Canelo and took a loss when he could have had 3 other fights. You see how he boxes? He could have beat a couple of guys at 160 and 168.
That's true. That's true. So I have thought and just really in the theater of my mind put Plant down at 160. You see him going at 160?
They're gonna say he's too they're gonna say he probably can't come down to that weight, so it would have to be 175. But if he came down to 160, do you really think Boo Boo will beat Plant? I don't see it.
Really?
I don't. The way he ducks out when he's boxing, Boo Boo.
You know what Boo Boo has going for him? He's rangy like Plant is.
Yes.
But he is.
Yes.
He makes adjustments. I think Boo Boo is underrated on his ability to make adjustments.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. I think he is, because it's like the fight he's about to get in now is just beneath him. You know what I mean? He's not fighting top person, so you're not getting to really see this boy apply the.
I said that about Plant. Said that about Plant, and what did we see, right?
Yeah.
So Boo Boo may have the same skills, but I'm just saying, like, he need those type of fights, man.
Yeah, he does. He does. To like, you're right, to bolster his fight IQ.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of folks talk boxing IQ, but fight IQ is real time in the fire. He needs time in the fire to really hone his fight IQ.
Perfect way. What you just said is perfect. Exactly. He doesn't need that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I would like to see Plant had fought Triple G. 160.
He ain't gonna leave 160, so he would definitely be coming down. I was thinking maybe if Plant could catch any of them at a catch weight, you think any of them would sign for a catch weight?
Nah. That's why he would have to do 175. You know what I mean?
Right,
if he did 175 and he fought somebody like Smith, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if he has the power. He couldn't match the power of Canelo, so going up to 175, he may be at a power division. Right.
Like I said, he looked good. I'm not going to take that away from him.
I gave Canelo the 6th round only.
See that?
That's all I gave him. I gave him the 6th round. He got outboxed, easily outboxed. And that was a little blueprint, I thought, on Canelo. It's like, look, what if Plant had just gotten on his bicycle? He had, I gave Canelo the 6th round. He could have ran from Canelo for the rest of the fight and still won.
But you
if
said
those
that
cards wasn't stacked the way they were.
You said that. You said that last time we spoke. I told you. All he got to do is box and jab, right? And he could win a decision. But you also said he's not going to get a decision in Vegas, right? He probably wouldn't have, but we would have known.
Yeah, everybody.
That he beat him. But I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, once he corners him and cuts the ring off, that's gonna be the end of the fight.
Yeah, you said that. You called that like it had eyes.
That's gonna be the end of the fight.
Yeah, you said that.
It took him a long time.
Yeah,
once he does it, it's a wrap.
Yeah, you said once he got hit, that was gonna change the whole thing. And he started.
He was breaking him down. He was breaking him down from the third round on, even though he still was behind.
Yeah, he was fighting behind. That's true.
Yeah, he just was behind.
Right. So you think Plant was feeling them body shots and stuff he was getting caught with?
Yes, all that shaking the head when you get hit.
Yeah.
Nah, I already know.
We called that fight to the T. We had Plant shoulder rolling. We was talking about that in the video.
Yeah.
And he did everything we said he was going to do.
He was getting busy, man. And he looked good doing it.
He did.
You understand what I'm saying?
He did. I just couldn't understand, you know, I didn't really see him gassing, so it had to be, your analysis had to be spot on, because he couldn't deal with the power from the shots he was taking. Because he wasn't taking hella fire, but what he did get hit with clearly had a toll.
Canelo hits hard, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Canelo hits hard, and he will stalk. You seen it at one point when he doing the run?
Yeah.
I got to get him out of here. This dude is embarrassing me for
11 rounds. Yeah. And that's the 8th round. The coach had him in the corner, and I said, "Look, you got to work on what we worked on for the next 4 rounds. You got to go there." In other words, that was code speak that you way behind right now. You finna lose this fight.
He's behind. Okay. And you already know. I'm a fan of that man, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fool myself. It is what it is.
Right.
He starts slow, but he finishes. He will finish you, man. He's at the top.
You know what? My hat's off to Alvarez for being the first undisputed super middleweight champion and the first Mexican undisputed super middleweight champion.
68.
Yeah, this dude that made history. So you can, at this point, he's in boxing lore. Yeah. You know, just like Roy from middleweight to heavyweight. Look.
Andre Ward, take notes, man. Andre Ward, take notes.
Yeah.
168, undisputed.
Undisputed, man.
You understand what I'm saying? Undisputed.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be undisputed?
That's
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah, I mean, he's in there, so his kids can read about him. You know, so that's very significant, man. Congratulations, Canelo.
Yeah, I take my hat off to him, man.
Absolutely.
Gotta salute him.
So Gabe Rosado versus Haye. I mean, is that going to be a firefight or what?
Look, man, I'm not going to lie to you. Gabe lost to a lot of great fighters. People laugh all the time. I can't believe you're trying to get behind them. The man got more losses than most wins. Let me tell you something. He has a heart of a warrior. There's no exaggeration. It's just not a comic just to be making. The man knows how to box, okay? The man knows how to box, and I'm rooting for him. I really am. I'm rooting for him because he has enough experience and enough losses to win this fight.
As crazy as that sounds, that is spot on, because Rosado has seen just about every type of style you can imagine. He didn't say, I don't know what Jaime's gonna do beyond power. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. You know what? If in a world, okay. Look, where everything is all good, and everything works the way it's supposed to. Yeah, man, Gabe ought to win this fight handily. I don't see he should outclass Munguia. Unless he got so much damage, he got so much, fray and wear and tear on his body that, getting popped by that younger man like that, he might just
unravel,
atrophy in the whole, the whole deal, just crumble.
Sometimes that's what happens to him. He unravels because he engaged in a brawl, and then he'll unravel. He can't unravel with Munguia because Munguia hits hard. Don't unravel.
He got to stay off the ropes too. He can't get drunk with that last fight he was in, laying on the ropes and go knock somebody out. He needs to be out there using his skills and just frustrating Haye, making him look like an amateur.
I love Danny Jacobs, but he beat Danny. And if he didn't beat Danny, he made Danny look bad. He came close enough for me to give him the nod. He beat Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He stopped him. He stopped him from doing anything he was trying to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I need him really seriously to bite down tonight. And seriously, just man, beat him, man. Beat him. I seen Hogan against him. Beat him. Beat him.
So you got predictions. You got David Benavidez. You have him winning by decision over K. Davis or stop?
I think he's going to win by decision. It could be a 12-round fight because Davis may he may take him that far because he's relentless also. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to go down. They're going to go toe-to-toe. Davis not going to go down. You know what I mean? He's not going to quit. He don't have quit in him. You know? So I believe Davis got to really just push the fight. If he really wants to win this, he's going to have to push the fight and tear David's body up. Because David fights with his hands down after a while when he gets cocky anyway, and he comes forward. David reminds me of a bigger Jarrett Swift Hearn. They both box the same way. That monster coming in this way with their hands down low.
Do you think Benavidez normally would be walking around over 200 pounds?
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know how he's making this weight, man. He must be eating lettuce, and that's it. He must be out in the backyard just grazing.
You're right. Definitely.
I don't know what he's doing to make that weight. That dude is a 200-pounder. Easy.
Yes.
Prediction.
He could do 175 easily.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah.
He can do 175 easily.
Now he's like a unspoken, unnamed boogeyman. He didn't lose his belt to no fight. He didn't make weight. He got stripped.
Right.
You know, but then they're gonna let your boy Valdez not make weight and make excuses for him and all kinds of stuff.
Of course.
Like I said, we need some sort of regulation, man.
That's all, Carlito. They pick and choose who they want. They pick and choose who they want in these spots, man. And it's disgusting.
It is, man. I mean, it's obvious. It's in your face. It ain't even like they hide it.
Yeah, it's disgusting. The same way you want to set Ugas up to lose. You're setting them up. You're setting them up for failure. You wouldn't have did that to Manny. You would have never did that to Manny. That's why it's disgusting. Valdez,
they let him go down to Australia and get abused. The ref didn't do nothing, and then the judge is gonna give that fight away, give that man's title away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they can.
Well, he didn't lose that fight, so.
Yeah, because they can. That's why they do it. Because they can.
Because they can. That's a great explanation.
Because they can.
So predictions on Munguia and Rosado.
I'm gonna go with See, in that fight, it definitely can go either way, but I'm already rooting for Gabe. So my prediction is Munguia could stop him. He could stop him late. If he overpowers Gabe, he can stop him late. If Gabe ain't on his game. But if Gabe is on his game, he could decision him, or he could get stoppage. He won't knock him out. I think he can get a stoppage. But I'm gonna go with on this one, and I'm probably gonna take a loss, or I may win. I'm not gonna put that on Gabe. I'm gonna go with Gabe winning by decision.
Gabe by decision. Okay.
If not stoppage, Gabe winning by decision. Yeah.
I see Jaime just being a younger, more durable. I see a firefight. They gonna light into each other, and that's.
I can't wait.
I think that's Rosado's. He shouldn't do that. He should do a finesse fight and just outclass Haney.
Yes.
But he's gonna get out there and bang with him because
he's a Philly fighter.
Yeah,
he's a Philly fighter. It's in him. He don't have no control of that.
My prediction is Jaime's youth. I see Jaime needing a knockout to win.
Yep.
Whatever they do on the scorecards, because they got that history giving Jaime fights and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Dennis Hogan whooped him and they gave that fight away.
Right. Because they pick and choose. If they would have gave it to Hogan, they feel they're gonna lose some money somewhere else.
So I see Rosado losing by a late stoppage. Okay. TKO, probably around the 11th round. I see that. So B-Hop is in the news.
Yeah, let me talk. That's my,
Bernard says that.
That's my dude.
Terrence Crawford and when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fighting, Errol should avoid Terrence Crawford for years. Like you know, because he can't win. B-Hop said that.
Yeah, look, I like B-Hop. Him like Teddy Atlas, he's been wrong a couple of times. But,
yeah. Predictions are not his thing.
Yeah, I don't even know why he would say that.
Man.
Because I'm sure Sugar Ray Leonard would say differently.
Oh, yeah. Sugar Ray knows what's up. Sugar Ray knows that I ain't going to say that Spence and Sugar Ray had that same killer instinct.
Yes, they do.
They had that finisher killer instinct.
Yes, they do.
And B-Hop is not reliable. B-Hop talking about can't no white boy beat me, and a white boy knocked him smooth up out the ring.
See what happened, man. See what happened.
B-Hop, legendary.
He's a showman. He's a showman.
You a showman. You big time. Big
talk
time.
That talk. He's a showman.
But you know what? I wanna thank Bernard Hopkins. I needed to thank him, and now that we got the show, I can thank him personally. Mr. Bernard Hopkins, thank you very much for stopping Bubblegum Lips. What's his name? Tarver. Yeah. Thank you for that fight, man. I was so glad to see that.
Me too.
I was like,
I want to thank him for that.
Because this dude was trying to put himself on a pedestal that he did not belong. He fought Roy at Roy's end of his career.
Yes, he did.
You know, you don't come in on a man in his twilight years and try to act like you do. Come on.
Yes, he did.
Man.
Yes, he did.
Roy would have beat the dog walking snot out of Tarver.
He would have.
Prime Roy, it would have been a circus. That butt whooping would have been, that would have been a circus.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So,
he lived off that fight, though. He lived off that fight for years. That's why he.
Yeah, man. He parlayed that into a whole career.
Yeah, that's why he talked that talk to Bernard, but Bernard got him out of there.
Yeah.
He embarrassed him.
So December 29th, we got Triple G versus Murata.
You think it's a safe fight, though? You think that's safe?
I expect Triple G to come out and use his superior boxing IQ. Not fight IQ, but boxing IQ. And deliver that jab with power behind it, that 1-2. You know, I could actually see him stopping Murata somewhere around the 7th, 8th round. Murata gets up. Yeah, because he got that, because he's not a spring chicken, so he don't need to be looking at 12 rounds. He needs to be looking at closing Murata out. But Murata has a terrific body shot game. He delivers some serious body shot.
You need that for Triple G. You need that for Triple G.
Yes, because
you need that. Ask Pachinko, ask Canelo. When you go to the body and you soften him up, he gives you a little bit of distance and he backs off. And
they both hurt Triple G to the body.
Yes.
So, but that fight is in Japan, and that's Triple G going to Murata's hometown. So that's a big statement this late in his career. You got to give some respect and some props to Golovkin because most of the time, and he's got the belt, so he's putting it all out there in the guy's backyard and everything else.
160 is the
that's the fight.
Mm-hmm. It's the weakest division, man, because you got nothing but good fighters in that division, and no one is undisputed. No one's close to being undisputed.
They're not talking about putting it together. You know what? It would be a terrific idea if we had a Super Six at 160 pounds.
Yeah. Yes.
Get all of them. Go, dig everybody up and run round robin that bad boy.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Canelo go back down there and get in that too.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, because then I think that would be such a plus for the sport. We've been talking about that Super Six for decades.
How you don't want to be undisputed, Carlito, at 160. When you're in these divisions, you want to be undisputed. Josh Taylor is undisputed. He's undisputed because he wasn't scared. He went in there and he fought the best.
Yes, he did. The best available.
They don't put him out there enough and give him enough props.
Josh
Taylor don't get the props he deserves.
Jose Ramirez can't believe he got his butt handed to him like that by Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor said, "Look, I'm across the pond, and I'm gonna knock you back across the pond where you came from."
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're setting it up so he can fight Cepeda. And Zep is he's on his game, man. He's on his game when for big fights. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big deal right there.
It's gonna be interesting.
So our other colleague Antonio Norman, he couldn't make it today.
Shout out to Norm, man. Storm and Norm. That's my dude.
Storm and Norman.
Yeah,
I imagine we're going to be shooting again probably Monday, Tuesday-ish, and hopefully we had a whole crew with us.
Okay, well, get in my ear about that Haney situation, man.
Yeah, that Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz.
Yeah.
Yes, that particular fight, man, December the 4th, is it? I think they've caused your boy Tank to withdraw from that fight that he was going to get after with Isaac Pitbull.
Yeah.
Cruz. That's not even going to happen now. They didn't shut that down because Haney's fight is going to overshadow.
Told you. We said that. We said that last. I told you.
Yes.
Oh, he put himself in position when he got to December 4th, man.
Yes,
I don't care about that December 5th.
No, nobody was going, like you said, nobody's buying that fight when
nobody
they
cares about that. It's gonna mess that
Haney
money up,
and
man.
Diaz go. Yeah, that was a failed deal. But that opens Tank back up, puts him back on the market. Okay.
Right.
And but who would you want to see Tank get with? I mean, Tank obviously is looking for a fight.
Well, first of all, you failed to mention Tank said that he was Canelo's him at 168. Didn't he say that?
Oh yeah, he sure did. He said Canelo is him at 168 pounds.
Then take the challenges, man. Take the challenges like Canelo then. That's all. Then take the challenge like Canelo then.
Yeah. I think he's just trying to get some headline space.
Exactly. So Tank against see Ryan's not ready, so I can't call for Ryan right now.
De La Hoya put him out there, so he ain't gonna be ready for serious competition for a year.
Tank got options though, man. I mean,
he does. I wouldn't mind seeing, first of the year, let's just say by March, I'd like to see maybe Tank and Teofimo lock up. Right. Because Cambosa's, that fight will be out of the way here shortly. So yes. Teo, he has to make a statement. He can't go get another BS fight.
No, he can't.
Okay, so with these no-name people, he's trying to, talk.
He has options too, though, Carlito. He's at 140. I mean, when he can jump to 140 and fight Josh Taylor. Tank is at 140. He can fight Josh Taylor. They got options, man. They're playing games, musical chairs right now.
So are you comfortable with seeing Tank go up and just try Josh Taylor?
That would be excellent.
That might be the move. That might be a Mayweather move.
Man, I watched Josh Taylor.
That boy undisputed at 140 pounds, man.
Get in position. All you got to do is get in position, man. Charlo got in position. Yeah. Right? He got in position. He just failed. Yeah. He got in position.
Yeah. He did, man.
He got in position, man. That fight could have went either way. They're lucky they made it. They're lucky.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to say this.
He could have gave it to Castano.
I wasn't unhappy with that decision.
Me neither.
Because you couldn't argue it. Looking at Jermell laying on those ropes, he didn't leave you an argument.
Right.
You couldn't even really go, you just like.
Nah, you couldn't. You're right.
Enough.
You're right. You couldn't.
It's like, okay. Well, dude, you the one who was on the ropes. So if you got to draw.
You got to live with that.
Yeah.
You got to live with that because he would have been undisputed before Canelo was undisputed.
Yeah.
You got to live with that. I don't know how I guarantee you he didn't sleep that night.
No.
That week, that month.
He's lucky a lot. People aren't talking about that fight a lot more. He's really lucky because I didn't understand anything about that fight. I don't understand anything about that fight at all.
He didn't listen, man.
I think it might be what you were saying about Canelo. I mean, you know what? He got hit and went, oh, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know.
He kept coming forward for it. He wanted it. You see how he was coming in? He was like, I got to get this guy out of here.
Right.
That's the attitude. That's the next level. A lot of these fighters don't have the next level. Charlo didn't have the next level. The next level when Castano was putting those rapid fire shots on that head.
Yeah. And
he didn't step it up.
He couldn't understand. Yeah. He didn't have no plan B.
Pressure busts pipes. I told you the Charlos don't like pressure. They don't do well under pressure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they don't.
But you know what I like about the Charlos is they're twins, so they really do have a great deal of focus.
Right.
And if anything, like Mike Tyson said, you know, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Well, until they get really housed, they are pretty focused. And I mean laser. You know, the way Jamal just caught your boy J-Rock with that uppercut.
Right.
I mean, it takes such a high level of focus and skill and timing. You don't throw that by accident. That's not muscle memory reflex. That's a plan.
He was hungry He was hungry that time. He was very hungry because J-Rock can box. J-Rock can box.
Yes, he can.
Destroyed him.
Destroyed
him. But see, in my opinion, if Spence came to 154, that other Charlo would be in trouble because Spence is a different type of animal and boxer. And you can see that in him. Yeah,
he's a killer. A lot of folks don't want to just come out and say Spence is a killer, but Spence is a killer.
If Tony Harrison had what Spence has, then I could see him being he would never been he'd been undefeated.
You know, I think your boy Tony is just overconfident.
Yeah, because he can box.
He can box.
His career. I used to watch his career coming up.
Yeah.
He can box.
He really can. He ain't playing either. He can actually do it, but he's overconfident. He thinks he gets so consumed with his skill level that he forgets he's not impervious to being hurt. And Jamel knew that and housed his tail, and
he did house him. Seriously, Carlito, he did house him.
He did, because I think Tony was ahead in the fight on the scorecards in the second fight. He was ahead.
He was.
Man, he got his answer though. Keep running your mouth.
He did get his answer. See?
Yes, sir. So Errol Spence is telling Crawford that he wants to fight.
Always.
Crawford is telling Showtime's last stand, Brian Custer.
Yes, he did.
He don't think the fight's ever gonna happen.
Right.
Boy, oh boy. I tell you what.
Is he saying that business-wise, or is he saying that because he don't want it?
You know what? If you're a grown man and you say something about your profession, that there is no logical, no business, there is no reason, unless you got, something wrong with you. Might be something wrong with you. But that's a grown man sitting up talking about, the other guy with 2 belts. I don't want none of that. That's not gonna happen.
Carlito, I told you, you're blocking that man from being undisputed. Y'all been blocking him for the longest at 147.
And Crawford is definitely a willing participant to avoid.
He's asking for it.
Yeah. So next week, we got fight week with Porter and Crawford coming up. You want to put a prediction on it now?
I just read earlier something I've always been saying to you for the longest. I said Porter is a messy fighter. He is a bully. I told you the messiness could win him the decision. That's what I believe. Okay. I believe the messiness, the fighting low, you don't know where the punches is coming from. He's a dog in his fight. That's why Adrian was able to put him down for that shot. You know why? Because he fights messy and you just don't know where it was coming from. You know what I mean? You can't count him out, man. I don't know where the punches come. He fights like he got 6 arms.
Yeah. I ain't too sure he don't have 6 arms.
Yeah, he fights like he got 6 arms.
I like his physicality. Because, if nothing else, if he does miss, he gonna run into you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, and then, you know what I noticed? Porter's strength is underrated.
It is.
I'm telling you, if he see, Crawford ain't been getting hit by anybody. He don't have that fight IQ I was telling you about. That fight IQ is not high with Terrence Crawford because ain't nobody hit him. That type of adversity and pressure hasn't come to his world, but it's coming next Saturday night.
It is.
In spades, it's coming.
Yeah,
and he's got to be able to stand up under that. He got skills, he can switch, but can he take those shots?
Right.
Now, we know he can deliver shots. So his power is going to have to be something that scares Sean away. And I don't really think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
No, he ain't going to scare Porter with nothing.
He's not.
I don't know what he's going to do to keep Porter off of it. I don't know what.
He has the best resume at 147. He has the best resume at 147.
I expect him to put a butt whooping on Bud and expose it. Because Bud they keep putting him in with people, they're putting him in with German Shepherds. He's in with a pit bull.
He is.
That's a different deal. If you know anything about dogs, that's a different deal. The dog that's in Porter is much bigger than anything that Crawford has faced in his life.
Carlito, Danny Garcia escaped him. Keith Thurman escaped him. Manny Pacquiao escaped him. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want to fight Spence. Now you're getting ready to fight Porter. Come on, man. Let's play fair. Let's call it what it is. In this fight, he's finally fighting somebody. And it may be past his expiration date. It may be past his expiration date.
I think he got a lot of factors. You know what? One of the people on RBK on Facebook was asking me, why you keep dogging out Crawford? Like he ain't the dog that he is. I'm just like, he's untested.
He's untested.
Okay? I mean, a real test. Like what we're talking about right now. He ain't been in the fire. He been close to the fire. He been standing around the stove, but he ain't never climbed over in that skillet. Well, he in it now.
I agree.
You know what? Porter gonna sprinkle some flour on him and make some lamb chops up in there.
Yes. The only way he beats that man is from a distance. If he stay a distance and Porter doesn't close that gap, then Porter's gonna have a tough fight all night, and then bulletproof his point. But if he make it a dog fight, man, I'm telling you, he can win by decision. Because the Mean Machine hit him and it was a knockdown.
Yeah. And he admitted it. He finally admitted it on camera. It was a knockdown. Yeah. He's like, that's boxing. Anybody can get caught. That's true. Okay. But you're going to get caught for 12 rounds next Saturday night. You're going to get caught all night.
Porter hits harder than Mean Machine. Trust me, he hits harder.
Much. That's what I was saying. Porter's strength is underrated. If you watch how Porter Spence would back him up against the rope and he would just turn Spence and all of a sudden Spence would be on the rope. And he'd be like surprised, like, and then here come that hail of punches at Spence. So Spence got hit more against Porter than he got hit with versus anybody.
They don't understand, man. I like Bud. They probably think that you talk down on him. I like Bud.
Right.
But what you're saying is the truth. He hasn't been in there with nobody.
Nah.
I told you he escaped Danny. He doesn't have Keith Thurman on his record.
Nope.
Manny's not fighting him. He never fought Yugas. I can't believe I didn't mention that.
Yeah, he didn't.
And then there's Spence. That's there's Spence. That's 5 guys. That's 5 main guys.
And you were able to stay away from him from 2017, and you can't blame Bob Arum now. You on your own, player. If you're talking about not fighting anybody now, you got heart problems. You got a heart problem. And it's got to come out now because it's show and tell.
He wants to retire undefeated. He wants to retire undefeated.
Yeah, he got now. Listen, to his credit, he's 37-0. Okay, Crawford is 37-0, but that's 37. No top welterweights in that 37.
No,
none.
None.
So basically he's screaming about the Hall of Fame and all this other stuff based on subpar competition. I think when they are considering inducting people, it really should come down to who you fought, not what was available in your era. Because what if you in a scrub era, you ain't got nothing but weak whistleback people, and now you're trying to call yourself the equivalent to Muhammad Ali or somebody who legitimately is going into the Hall of Fame. You're not on that level. You ain't got no resume that suggests you belong there. Even if you got 89 and old, if all you fought was cab drivers and you know.
They're giving that to him because he was undisputed at 140. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. And he's undisputed against people that the average, top 10 welterweight would have whooped all of them.
Definitely.
That's not an accomplishment.
It's not. That's why I say don't block Spence. Don't block that man.
Yeah.
Move out of the division then.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Move out of the division so whoever gets the WBO belt, Spence can fight him.
So you see, I could see. I hate to say this because I don't want this to happen. I want Porter to get his hands on Crawford, but I could see Crawford claiming an injury or COVID and backing out of the Porter fight, but then trying to move up and save face and go. Let his WBO belt go, move up to 154, and take on Jamal. But you said it's Jamel. You said you think Jamel would lose to Crawford.
Yeah, he'll lose to him because the boxing ability like how Tony Harrison was. Tony wasn't I ain't gonna say Tony wasn't the best. Tony was the best at that time when he fought him, and Tony has boxing ability. So does Bud. He would definitely get him. He'll outshine him. He'll outshine that man. I mean, look at what Castano did, and he's not even a Tony Harrison. He put it on him because his hands is always going like Andy Ruiz. His hands is always going. He has rapid hands. So you giving him punches, and he's constant. You gotta hit that man in between punches to stop him.
Right.
That's all. Bud will, he'll get that Charlo. He'll get him. He'll outclass him. He'll outclass him for a decision. He may not knock him out.
If that happened, I see Jamel Erickson Lubining Bud. I see Bud trying to switch and do all of that, and out of nowhere he just get popped.
Yeah, we never mentioned Lubin. Yeah, we never mentioned Lubin, but Lubin, I always said he took that fight too early when he fought Charlo, but it shouldn't be that way. But he did. He wasn't prepared to fight him that night. That's why we didn't get to see that.
He thought he was though. Lubin thought he was the bee's knees and the cat's meow. He did. He did.
See that shot he caught him with?
He was the business. He was like, "Oh, I got this. I'm telling you." He sure did.
Yes, he did.
Hold it like a lawn chair.
Yes, he did. Carlito, yes, he did.
I could see that happening to Bud. Bud running out there talking about, and them Charlos ain't playing with you.
No, they not.
They are not playing with you. So
that's why Porter can get it.
I think Castano probably hits a lot harder than Jamel was counting on, and he really had to watch it before he messed around and got caught.
Yes.
I think that's why he was on those ropes.
Yes.
Because the angles and whatnot, those punches are coming from Castano. He wasn't ready for that.
No. And you'll never
understand, if you sparring, like look at Tank Davis and Porter spar. Porter wanted to prepare himself to see, something completely different that he hasn't seen. And that's exactly what he's going to get from Crawford, because I can't say that Porter has fought anybody with the ability to switch and move and use speed,
Just Broner.
Well, but Broner won't let his hands go, so Bud will let his hands go.
Yeah.
If Bud sees an opening, you're going to get hit.
Right.
Bud's going to remind you that I ain't no ordinary dude. My thing with Bud is I don't think he's been tested, so I don't think he has the mettle to withstand what's going on with Porter.
If Porter catches him on the chin,
he's gonna hit it.
If he catches him on the chin, trust me, he's going to either go down or he's going to wobble. I'm positive that that'll happen to Bud because Mean Machine did it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's a far less fighter than what he's in with next Saturday night, too.
Yeah, you can't escape that.
Right.
And what I was going to say about Castano was the reason why Charlo wasn't going to get him out of there like that because he was headhunting. That man got a good chin, a big head. You got to hit him to the body.
Yeah.
For 6-7 rounds, and then you get him out of there.
So let's wrap it up, D. We got Rosado, we got Munguia, we got David Benavidez and Devis. All of that is on deck, and we got Porter, and we got your boy Crawford coming up next Saturday night, and we're gonna definitely chop it up. Look for us, fellas. Like and subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so you can catch all of our updates and all of our new material. We're gonna have another video coming out first of the week with the whole trio of us together. And we're gonna chop up what goes down over this weekend with Munguia and Rosado and Benavidez and Devis. We're gonna cover all of that and get ready for Porter versus Crawford.
Yes, so tonight only decisions tonight, Carlito. Decisions.
Absolutely.
Munguia decisions. David decision. I think it's just gonna be a decision night tonight.
Okay. I'm going with a stoppage for Munguia, late stoppage over Rosado, and I'm going for about a 6-7 round stoppage. David Benavidez.
David? I'm gonna go with a decision. I'm gonna go with a decision for Gabe if he can pull it off, because I'm rooting for him. A decision, if not a stoppage. And for David tonight, David is gonna win by decision. He'll probably decision my man tonight. I don't know if he's gonna stop him. I think he'll get the decision.
Okay. Real Boxing Nation, Real Boxing Knowledge 2 is in the building, and we are out here. Peace.
Peace.